pressure. I'm with that pressure. You people playing, but come get this pressure. Now y'all be looking at me, but you can't see me. You wanna cop my style? Girl, this ain't TVA. I got that pressure. I'm with that pressure. I got that pressure. 10 toes down. I'm with that business. Big CEO bound. I'm in the city. They call me pressure. I'm with that pressure. You people playing, but come get this pressure. Now y'all be looking at me, but you can't see me. You wanna cop my style? Girl, this ain't TVA. I got that pressure. I'm with that pressure. I got that pressure. 10 toes down. I'm with that business. Big CEO bound. I'm in the city.
Make sure you're tuning in on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time with Felicia's Madcap Podcast, where making a difference can apply pressure. Now interviewing artists, business owners, survivors, and highlighting our kids while providing updates on community issues. Follow me, DJ Pressure, on Felicia's Madcap Podcast on all your social media platforms. Hey, Fred. So, did you get a chance to share it?
Oh no! Oh man, I'm seeing tripping. I'm tripping now.
I tagged you, so go ahead and share. We're gonna take a quick break. Come back real quick.
Okay, hold on.
Take a break. DJ Pressure. We taking a break. Stay tuned. DJ Pressure. We'll be back soon. We taking a break. DJ Pressure. Take a break. Coming soon. DJ Pressure. See you soon. Take a break. 5, 4, 8.
All right, so we good?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm gonna let everybody get a chance to meet Mr. Fred, Mississippi Whistleblower.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, how do you pronounce your last name? Is it Chambliss?
Yes, ma'am. Chambliss. Yes, ma'am.
Chambliss. Okay. So let's talk about, first of all, it's an honor and a pleasure to have you a part of Felicia's Madcap Podcast today. So I want to help you in every way that I can to get the word out about everything that you're doing for our community, for Mississippi, period, and outside of Mississippi, because you have done some amazing things so far. And we're just going to go ahead and get to it. Tell us a little bit about where you're originally from.
Yes, ma'am. So I was born and raised in Jackson, Mississippi, the state of Mississippi. I grew up outside on the west side of Jackson. I attended Timberland from kindergarten to first grade. Then my parents moved, and so I did Pecan Park from third grade to fifth grade. Graduated Pecan Park. Went to Hardin Middle School. Did my 6th through 8th grade at Hardin. Graduated from Hardin. Did my freshman year at Provine High School. Coach Brent cut me from the basketball team because I missed a car wash. And so me and my homeboy, we missed a car wash. So Coach Brent, I don't know if a lot of people familiar with Coach Wayne Brent. He was a basketball coach at Provine, highly recognized. But after then I started getting in trouble. So I moved in with my grandma, do my sophomore year at Mendenhall High School in Simpson County. And it was all right, but it wasn't the small town life wasn't for me. Then my folks moved from West Jackson. I grew up majority of my life, teenage years in Westgate Apartments in West Jackson.
Yeah.
And so after my sophomore year, I moved back home. My parents got a house, finally got a house. After living in apartments for so long, finally got a house in South Jackson and Willowwood subdivision. Yeah. I did my junior and senior year at Forest Hill High School. And then after that, I just like to get into this. I had my first son who for Uh,
Well, hold on. I want you to slow
okay,
it
okay,
down.
okay.
I want you to slow it down. Okay, so you from our neck of the woods, which means although I was raised in Canton, my adult life is in Jackson. You hear me? So I know all about West and South, and then my life took off in Oklahoma. So I get where you coming from. Just coming out of Jackson, and as a young kid, and being who you are right now. Did you see yourself like this back then? Like, did you see yourself such a mover and shaker back then?
Oh no, ma'am, no, ma'am. I definitely, I was a troubled kid, but I
Uh-huh.
definitely never saw myself doing nothing, no activist work or nothing like that. I wanted to go pro. I wanted to go pro football or basketball,
Uh-huh.
but just stuff got in the way, grades and just stuff got in the way. But I never saw myself outside of playing sports, and so uh, this what I'm doing right now didn't come into my later years working in the Federal Bureau of Prisons. And
Right.
once I started, I became union vice president later on and all that. But I didn't start activist work was never in my vision. Even though I was a big fan of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, but I wasn't, Martin Luther King. I liked him, what he stood for, but I'm not a I don't like non-violence.
Yeah.
I'm eye for an eye. And so I took the Nat Turner approach and the Malcolm X approach. That's how I live my life. 'Cause I grew up in the hood. So somebody put their hands on you, especially somebody racist, we got to go. We got to handle that. And
You
so
know what? I like this because and I'm smiling so hard because see, I love all my leaders. I love all my leaders. I always told God I want to be a leader, and I still think I'm a leader in my own way. Just even doing my podcast. So just interviewing you is so powerful right now for me because you're a mixture of back then and right now.
yes, ma'am.
You hear me? And so I'm like a kid in the candy store. I'm like, I can't wait to get all this out of him, but I gotta calm down because I know you're ready to give it to me, but you gotta take me slow because I gotta enjoy this whole hour. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Um, man, the reason why it's so exciting is because I left Mississippi because I felt like our people just gave up. Like I felt like our people just like they willing to take whatever it is that's thrown at them without speaking out, and to come across somebody that's vocal like yourself. Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. It's like watch your face. It's like watch your face. Like that's what I'm talking about. Watch, turn blows. They ain't gonna say nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. I got your back. So man, when I see you post on Facebook and y'all, as many of y'all that get a chance to tune in, because I know a lot of people probably at M-Bar tonight, but when they do watch this, make sure y'all share, support, and whatever y'all can, get y'all a referee shirt and some more bread. Do you hear me? But let's just get to it.
Yes, ma'am.
We covered your youth. And it sounds like you came from a great foundation. Your parents, they're still together. Not saying that if your parents weren't together that it wasn't, but you have some great things instilled in you. You
yes,
grew
ma'am.
up with a man in the household. Somebody that I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh well, to speak on that, I did grow up in a two-parent household, but a lot of people don't know. I barely even talked about this, but both of my parents couldn't hear or talk. So yeah, I'm a coda, which means child of a deaf adult. So I spoke with my parents with sign language, and growing up, I used to get picked on. Me and my brother, we used to get picked on about that, and so I had to fight about that. And so that's where a lot of my fight come from. But at the same time, I used to do stuff because I used to take advantage because my parents couldn't hear or talk. And then my dad, even though my dad was in the household, he was there, but he wasn't there, if you get what I'm saying. He worked. I guess where I got my work ethic from. I saw my dad work. He ain't skip a beat. He was up, he go to work. And I respect them for that, and I respect them for not leaving us. But yeah, my dad is my dad. You know, I love him, but he could have been better. But yeah, that's how I say. I ain't gonna bash him, but
No,
yeah.
you sometimes we have to understand. It took me a long time to get this, because I'm gonna let you in on a little bit something about me. I grew up here in Mississippi, but I was a foster kid from 6 to 21, so I know what it is like to fight, you know, all the time to, you know, defend yourself. So I get me. Please believe me, I get it. So when we talk about our parents and we talk about where we come from, it took me a long time to get it that we have to love them from where they were or where they are. And your calling that you had on your life or have on your life was already in design. So everything that you probably thought was, you know, could have been better was actually just right. Was actually just right, because you are a force to be reckoned with. It had to shape and mold you.
Hey, you're right. You are definitely right. Everything that I went through, because I done been through some storms, and to add to that, my mom, this what really broke me and made me don't care. And so when people pick, you know, just come across me the wrong way, this is where my anger come from. I lost my mom in 2007, just out the blue. And so not only that, I lost my first son, who I thought was my son, a year prior to that. I lost him, found out through DNA that he wasn't mine. So that was a heartbreak right there. Then my mom died a year later. I don't know if it was from heart failure. They say congestive heart failure. I don't know if she was heartbroken because we lost my first son, and that was her first grandchild. And, you know, it could have been a mixture, you know, but to lose her and then turn around, I tore my ACL trying to pursue another football, you know, trying to go out to football and get in shape, and tore my ACL on the job. And so imagine having to tear your ACL and losing your mom. And so I had to battle drug and alcohol, you know, weed and alcohol, just depression.
Yeah.
Depression. I'm talking about depression. And so I had to climb out of that dark hole to regain and find myself, because I was a madman. I didn't care about life. I didn't care about nothing. I didn't care about money or no women, nothing like that. I was just angry that my mama left me. And I ain't gonna keep talking, because I get emotional thinking about it, just seeing her, getting that call and running to her home and seeing her laying on the ground, and it broke me. That broke me to, I don't fear no man but God. I don't fear nobody. It broke me. It broke me. It broke me.
You know what? I'm very sorry to hear that. But without pain, was it? Let's say no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. So we you know, your pain definitely sharpened you to be the guy you are today. So we're sorry that you had to go through that. It was just like, but God don't take you through nothing for no reason. He give it to the best of us. So you are you beat a statistic. Whether you know it, you beat a statistic. You had, the odds were against you, but you fought against those, and now you fighting for others. So man, we just got to get to it. First, let's talk about this Yazoo thing. What really you working in for the prison system and been unfairly paid, and it was something that was going on way before you even came along.
Right.
It took you, God gave you the assignment to break those barriers. So not only did you become aware of the situation, but you educated yourself on what you could do. You reached out to you went through the proper channels of reaching out through people via email, making phone calls and things like that. You received threats. You went through being not paid again and all these other things. Tell me about that. Tell me about what was really going on with you in the system at that time.
So yes, ma'am. So I come in April 2012. I was hired by the Federal Bureau of Prisons, and I was so thankful. I never thought I would be working for the federal government. I had a baby on the way. Never thought I'd be working in no prison. And so the first few years, from 2012 up until 2016, I barely worked any overtime. And so once I started working overtime, and I heard the chatter in the background that people weren't getting their overtime on time, and you got to sign these slips, you got to sign the overtime sheet, drop it in the lieutenant's box, and they got to sign it, and they got to go through several supervisors. They got to sign off on it. So this process was, overtime sheets were getting lost, and supervisors were failing to sign it. It was just a whole stuff. Just people was missing money, and so when I started working overtime and it started happening to me, I'm like, okay, it happened to me. Then they eventually pay me 2 checks later or whatever. But then it got to a point where my overtime hours added up to 48 hours of overtime that I was missing. And so I'm like, hold up. Wait a minute. Now, I don't bother nobody. I don't bring no contraband in this prison. I do what I'm supposed to do. Now, it's 2 things you don't play with about a man: his family and his money. And I'm one who's not. I don't bite my tongue. And so when I come to you about my money, and everybody pointing fingers, we're gonna take care of it. This person, we're gonna take care of it, and they don't take care of it. And then now I done did what I'm supposed to do. And so now what happened was I come to work one night, and they told me my money was gonna be in my account. I counted the inmates for the midnight call. I made a midnight count, and after we counted the inmates for the midnight count, I went to check my email. I usually get my money, my bank account, my deposit hit like 1 a.m. in the morning. And so I checked my bank account on the computer, and I just got another regular check with no overtime. And mind you, I got vacation coming up. So I was planning on using that money for the vacation that I got coming up with my family. And so, man, I lose it. I go to hitting email. I'm shooting emails out, flying them out to everybody.
Right.
And so the lieutenant on the shift, he called me and said, man, apparently he called somebody out. He called one of his supervisors. And they told him to get me out the office and put me at the front desk. They thought my email was becoming quite threatening. And so eventually what happened was I had to see a threat assessment committee, which consisted of a psychologist, warden, and other officials. They had to determine was my emails were a threat or not. And so what I'm telling these folks is my emails, they're not a threat. And one in particular where they were talking about, I was basically making a scenario and letting the management officials know, hey, if I'm upset about my money, I'm one of the coolest guys here. Y'all know y'all don't have no problem with me. What about the officer that's not saying anything? What about the officer that's riding around in that mobile truck with them weapons? What if he decides he's pissed and he don't want to talk it out no more, and he gets out of his vehicle and shoot down the front lobby? What are you all going to do? Who's going to accept responsibility for that? And I let them go. I let them know in the email. I said, I'm not talking about me. I'm making a scenario. Right. These are real life situations that we are talking about.
Right.
And so eventually the threat assessment committee said, hey, okay. And I told them, I said, I don't want to go to prison. I work at a prison. So they determined that I wasn't crazy, that I wasn't making the threats. But the warden at the time had to make an example out of me. I embarrassed his institution because the emails made it outside the institution and made it to regional and to whoever else. And so he had to make an example out of me, and he suspended me for 3 days for those emails.
Right.
And I said, okay, I just make it up in the overtime. But at that time, the union I was a dues paying member.
Right.
And the union president, Mr. Kirk, said basically to let me know, hey, you're in the right. You right. They shouldn't have done you like that. And eventually, there was this similar case going on at the federal prison in Florida. They had a similar situation, the same case. So what the union president did was he took they won. They won one time that lawsuit overtime. He took their case law and brought it to Yazoo City. We used it, and you had to sign up for this overtime. Now a lot of people wasn't believers of it, but you had like over 100 some people sign up for the lawsuit, the lawsuit. And when it came back, we had over 100 some people, including myself, win thousands of dollars. Now, mind you, I got $7,000 out the deal, and you had other people like 20 some thousand, 16. Yeah. They big buck, big time. Big bucks, no whammies. You hear me?
Yeah.
But after I read this one, I realized, can I cuss? I'll do it. This not.
You good. You will.
Okay. This one I realized people ain't shit. So out of all them people that won all them thousands of dollars, I can count on my hands how many people. Now, mind you, all these people I send these emails out, they were like, you're going to get terminated. You're going to get, you're going to get suspended. Why did you send them emails out? I'm talking about a whole bunch of scary niggas. This what I'm like, what? Y'all messing me for speaking up about my money? And I'm talking about y'all money too. So what? This when I'm like, man, wait, are y'all that scared? But so anyway, that money came back. Only about five people thanked me. I ain't hear nothing from nobody.
I was about to say, did anybody give you some bread?
Man, I ain't get no bread. No bread, none whatsoever. That's why I say, because if it was me, this the type of person I am. A nigga give me some bread. So not nigga, I'm sorry. Somebody help me get some money. I'm a man, bro. I appreciate you, bro. And you got suspended. You got suspended. Let me give you some of this. But this one I knew. I said, man, these bro, our people ain't shit. But I love us. I love us to death. But damn, y'all ain't give me nothing. Y'all ain't even brought me a McDonald's breakfast sandwich.
But quick to bring the negative energy. You gonna get fired. You gonna get this. Yes, sir, master. Yes, sir. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, but then when that money hit, bro, oh man, I'm this and that. I'm the go. I already heard. I'm like, bro, but in my mind, I'm like, y'all the same people who were talking behind my back though. I don't forget nothing, But so fast forward, I didn't know that at that time that I would become a target on my back. But it would become a target on my back, and because moving forward, I was not getting awards. I wasn't getting promotions. I got bypassed on promotion 4 times straight in a row with the utmost disrespect. And I'm letting these people know, hey, we see what y'all doing. The whole prison know my work. And they giving promotions to people who haven't even worked these critical posts. So now what made me lose my mind was on the 3rd promotion, after I notified these people that, hey, I know what y'all doing. It was 8 people this time got promoted. 2 of them was white boys, and they had way less experience than me. And one of them had 2 years compared to my 8 years at the time. And I said, damn, they must be trying to send a message to me.
Yeah, they trying to beat you.
Yeah. So I said, oh, they don't know who they. I don't care nothing about no fans. Y'all ain't finna play with me. So this one I took. Then I'm filing EEO. I filed an EEO complaint as well too, man. So at this time, I said I'm gonna take it upon myself. Ain't nobody helping me. It was the nominations for union president, vice president. The board came up, so I'm for the run for union vice president. I don't know nothing about the union. I just pay dues. I just know they fight for people. So I said, I'm gonna take it to them. This what I'm gonna do. Can't nobody fighting for me like me. So, and everybody knew I was, kind of outspoken as well. So I said I should be able to get this hands down. So I run for union vice president. I get in, and before the vote day, the guy that I was running against, he met me in the parking lot as we was leaving. He said, "Man, Fred, The people love you. You have a loud voice. You respect it. And he said, I stand down. I'm not even gonna run against you. You can have it.
What?
And this is a guy with way more experience than me. White guy, way more experience than me. When he told me that, I said, ain't no way. He just gave me the keys to the kingdom. And so I was the only, election day came, I was the only one that ran unopposed. And so I got in there. The first day I get down to the union office, they down there fighting. And we had to help separate them, the president and executive president and the treasurer. I'm talking about, it was a mess. I'm like, I get down there, I say, hold up. This the union? What? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's how I got my start. That's where I got my start to fighting right there. Yeah. That's where I became the fighter. And then once I started learning policy, I was going on these trips, and the training, I took it upon myself. I'm gonna learn everything I can, because when I tell you I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna fight. Policy. So once I started learning policy on these trips, I said, man, management break these policies every day.
You know what, Fred? We're gonna take one quick break. We're gonna come back. You hold that, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna take this quick break real fast.
Hey guys, it's DJ Pressure, and as you know, it's tax season. If you want to get the best business or the best bang for your buck, make sure you get down here on 4436 North State Street. Come see Total Tax by T. When I tell you you're going to get free estimates, electronic tax filing, Schedule C, advanced refunds. Let's talk about the refunds. Up to $7,000. Professional bookkeeping, credit repair, and insurance, life and health. Is located on 4436 North State Street, Suite A5, and you can contact her at 601-203-2291. Need to fax anything? No problem. Make sure you get that fax to 601-203-2294. She has a great assistant by the name of Charlotte. You don't want to miss it.
All right. All right. Okay. So, let's just continue on. So, I mean, man, you got that start of a fight in you. So I take it, it was a success.
Yeah. Yeah. So what happened now? This where stuff get. This where it get down and dirty. So I come back. I'm hitting management with policies that they are breaking, and I'm letting them know, hey, y'all breaking this policy, and management, it's like they don't care what the hell I'm saying. They just swept everything that I was emailing them under the rug. And so I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? They can just do this? And I'm knowing they can't do it, but they doing it like a dictator.
Yeah.
And so moving forward, I get one of my EEO reports back, investigation reports. And this is for them not promoting me. I filed an EEO complaint on discrimination for them not promoting me. So as I'm reading through my EEO investigation report, I find out management is lying in the investigation. All management do is lie. Now in these investigations, they say when you answer the investigator and you finish with your statement, it says that you have to sign your name. It says, under the penalty of perjury, I declare that these statements that I'm making are true.
Yeah.
Management officials are signing their names to these documents.
Right.
And so I said, they lying and they signing their names to these documents. So I bring it to management attention. Hey, y'all lying in these investigations. And I reported it up to investigators. Investigators telling me they ain't reporting it. I mean, they're not going to investigate. Management ignoring my emails. They don't care what I'm saying. And I'm like, wow, wait a minute. Management is running wild. So I'm like,
you know that's how it is, especially in small towns and stuff like that. You know, these people, most of the people working together are family and friends. They protecting each other. You hear me? They
Yep.
covering the money. And when you got an outsider coming in, putting a light to all the darkness in the office, then it's a problem. They want to use their will and power to kind
Yep.
of overthrow you, but the whole time you using the book against them.
I'm using the book against them. And then check this out. That's why I teach people too. That's why I want everybody to listen. When you making these reports, anything you report to management, I always keep documentation. I always keep copies. They didn't know I was stacking the deck against these folks because I'm knowing eventually one day this gonna hit the fan. It's gonna catch up to these folks. They don't know, like, you know, if you ever notice the feds, when the feds in the streets, when they come after you, they ain't coming right away. They stacking the deck. They stacking the deck. And so that's what I was doing against them. I'm stacking the deck. I know they ignoring me, but I'm stacking the deck. So eventually they got to come see me. They got to come see me eventually. But it got to the point one day that I was so stressed out. I asked management, I said, I need administrative leave because I'm so stressed out by, mind you, I'm working in a prison now.
Right.
The inmates ain't bothering me, but at the same time, I still got to keep my guard up.
Right.
Now I'm realizing I got to keep my guard up against management and inmates.
Right.
And sometimes you're hating ass coworkers and hating ass management officials too. And so, but with that being said, so I'm so stressed out, it gets to the point where I ask management for administrative leave. And they tell me they deny my administrative leave. I'm telling them I want administrative leave due to the conspiracy that's plotted against me here. I know there's a conspiracy plotted against me. I'm letting them know this is a conspiracy.
Right.
They tell me basically we don't care what you talking about.
They trying to make you look crazy.
That's what they're trying to do, and that's the ultimate goal. Right. And so what wound up happening was management said you can't take administrative leave because can't nobody grant you over 10 days. The policy is 10 days. And anybody grant administrative leave over 10 days got to be the Attorney General of the United States or his designee. So I'm like, dang, I can't get nothing. So they said basically I could take leave without pay. And this is in 2021 and April. You could take leave without pay, but you got to have medical documentation. So I go to my psychologist, therapist, doctor. I get all this documentation and telling them, I'm stressed out, man. Management line and ain't nobody.
Did they have you see a therapist already?
Yeah, that was later. I'm gonna get to that. Okay. So I'm seeing my own therapist, psychologist, whatever. Because mind you, I'm knowing I got to keep documentation of all this stuff, and I got to have somebody professionally keeping the documentation of this too. So I go get leave without pay for several months. And as I'm out, this is where it gets good. As I'm out on leave without pay, I'm stressed out, wife on my back, because I'm losing money. I'm the breadwinner. I'm going through my savings. I'm trying to figure out how can I beat the feds because I know I got them beat. I done beat them. I done beat them. I just got to know how to get over that hump.
Right.
So I'm sitting at the house and it was like a light bulb. It was, I got to give it to God. It was like a light bulb went off in my head. And if you play sports, you study your opponent, right?
Right.
You always study your opponent and before going into the game. So it was like a light bulb in my head. It was like God said, study the feds. So I started Googling the Federal Bureau of Prisons, and I noticed that the Bureau of Prisons is known for corruption. And they've been covering stuff up for years. And it really hit the fan when Jeffrey Epstein. Are you familiar with Jeffrey Epstein?
I read about it.
Okay, this the Epstein file with Trump and everything.
Right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they say. So I'm reading this. They say Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in the federal prison, but now you got senators and congressmen, everybody in Washington running around like trying to figure out how did Jeffrey Epstein kill himself in a federal prison? How did a high-profile inmate kill himself in a federal prison? Now this right up my alley. So this one I go to really tuning in. Now I'm at the house and I see they bring in the director of the Bureau of Prisons, Michael Carvajal. They got him testifying on the Hill. They grilling him. And I'm sitting here looking at him and he lying his ass off. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. If the director of the Bureau of Prisons is lying under oath in Washington, and I know management officials are lying in my cases, it means everybody lying.
They all connect.
They're all connected and it rolls downhill.
Uh-huh.
I say they got a damn, they must be taking a class for this shit. Excuse my language. They must be taking a class for this. So I'm looking, I'm like, man, this guy is lying his ass off. He deflecting all responsibility. And the senators, they know it. They know it. So long story short, after he got grilled in Washington, he basically ran up out of there, being chased by the reporters. He eventually resigned. But before he resigned, he stated, now this is where it gets good.
Yeah, go ahead.
This man say he wants staff to come forward to out corruption, and we must have the courage to do so. This is in the Forbes magazine.
Yeah.
He's telling staff to come forward, and if you see something, say something.
That's all you needed.
What? Say what?
Yeah.
That's not what?
That's all you need. Somebody to pay attention, open the door, and you ready, because you already had your case building up.
I already had it. So, but I later found out that was code for, if you come forward, we knocking your head off. We knocking your head off. And so what happened was, now mind you, I'm still on leave without pay. I'm at the house not getting paid. So now, as he stepped down, a month later, they done brought in a new director of prisons, the director of the Bureau of Prisons. Her name is Colette Peters. She's from the Oregon Department of Corrections. I go to studying her, come to find out she got an evil background. She didn't cost the local government, the local government millions of dollars because she was retaliating against whistleblowers from the state prison in Oregon. So I'm like, why would they bring this woman in the Federal Bureau of Prison knowing she got a messed up background? And it hit me. What you say?
They wanted to hush you. They were going to use her to hush you.
They want people that they can control and that do their dirty work. And that's where she came in. So let me tell you, it's where it get good again. They get her on the Hill to testify. I'm watching, because now I've never watched hearings on the Hill. Never. Until these directors start going on the Hill. And C-SPAN, the channel C-SPAN?
Uh-huh.
We skip over that channel all the time, but that's where the good stuff at. That's where the good stuff at. So the new director get up on the Hill, and this woman go to line under oath. So no, hold on, no, wait a minute. I take it back. I take it back.
Uh-huh.
One of the questions that was asked to her through the Senator Chuck Grassley, who now is investigating a federal judge that's on my case now. But I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, because you got several.
Oh, yes. So
honestly, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. I hope you okay with your time, because I think we're gonna go past the hour, because we already in the hour. So I'm open to just you laying it all out there.
Okay.
No rush.
Okay. So Miss Colette Peters is on the Hill, and Chuck Grassley, and that, mind you, she under oath. Mm-hmm. He asked her, he said, it's come to our attention that whistleblowers are being told they can't speak. Or what are you going to do with whistleblowers? What is your obligation to the whistleblowers, basically? Mm-hmm. So she said, she's encouraging whistleblowers to come forward. Mm-hmm. And it is our obligation. It is our obligation to come forward. And and under her watch, mm-hmm. there will be no retaliation. If you come forward, there will be none under her watch. So I said, okay, she sounds like she coming in. Maybe she might do the right thing. So a week later, I tested her. October 28, 2022. Now, mind you, October October. Yeah, hold up. Yeah. So I forgot to tell you this. I got to back up. It's so much. Let me back up. So when I come back, I forgot to tell you. When I came back off of administrative leave without pay, I forgot to tell you that. I came back with leave without pay. Right. I was out several months.
Yeah.
So mind you, them folks told me I can't go on leave without pay. I mean, I can't have administrative leave.
Mm-hmm.
I come back after 6 months because I'm damn near broke. My wife, she's getting on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And so I come back to work. I'm still stressed out, but now I got information on the feds because the director of the Bureau of Prisons, Michael Carvajal, said he wants us to come forward.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I come forward. I reported hostile working environment, and I also
There was
reported
sex trafficking in there or something, wasn't it? Or no?
no, not sex trafficking, but
Okay.
I reported conspiracy and basically management covering up stuff and lying in investigations, and I called it a conspiracy memo. Now I filed that on October 27th, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know after I filed those conspiracy charges, the Bureau of Prisons management officials committed conspiracy after the fact? These folks come in the next day. I'm talking about these are not smart people. They are not smart people. This why they easy to beat. You just gotta think like a street nigga.
Right.
So I come in the next day, and I'm a union member now, a union vice president at this time.
Yeah.
The next day I come to work. I done went to the range. I done went to the gun range and qualified. I did the highest score I'd have made shooting at the range at the prison for prisoner transport. So I get back to my union office. Management officials tell me, "Hey, you got to go to a threat assessment." So I say, "The threat assessment? What is threat assessment? What?" So
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe it's for the stuff I've been writing up. I said, "Oh, they ready to talk. They ready to talk." So I called one of the union reps because even though I'm the union vice president, you still want to have a union rep to go with you.
Right.
So we get to the threat assessment, and then it's the committee. Psychologist, you got the associate warden, you got the captain, you got a union official on the board. So these people at the table, and I come in, me and my union rep, we come in, sit down. I'm excited and shit. I'm like, yeah, y'all motherfucker ready to talk. Yeah, let's get it. Man, do you know when they slid me them papers, I got 2 complaints from management officials saying one of them said he saw me following him home to work from work, and the other one said the captain. Now this the lieutenant said he saw me following him home for work. He's scared for his kids. He can't even go to the grocery store. I read that. I said, hold up, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. This ain't real.
Now I was smiling when you was getting to that because I just knew it was a setup.
I knew it was a setup. So the second one was the captain.
Yeah.
Said that I've been bullying him all year long. And I'm like, hold up. So now I done got hot.
And you ain't even been there all year.
I ain't even been there all year. That's the crazy part. So here it is. I said, you remember Menace to Society? You ever watch Menace to Society? Yeah. You remember Billy Duke when he was in the room with Kane? He said, you done fucked up, right?
Right.
You done fucked up, right? So I sit back, I'm mad as hell. I said, y'all done fucked up. I'm telling y'all, and watch this now. I gotta tell you this. One of the people that I was wrote up on the conspiracy was a human resource manager named Donna Ivy. I didn't even want her in the room because I wrote her up. Why is she in this room?
Yeah.
So they told me she got to be in there. She part of the committee too. Mm-hmm. So once I tell them, y'all done fucked up. Y'all know y'all done fucked up, right? I said, y'all know this conspiracy after the fact. Mm-hmm. I said, I'm about to sue the shit out of y'all. I said, I already filed 2 EEO cases. Now I'm about to drop them and I'm about to sue the shit out of y'all. And before you know it, now mind you, human resource manager Donna Ivy is in the room.
Uh-huh.
She says, shut it down. I'm like, what is she talking about? Shut it down. Shut the meeting down. Now they writing and taking notes. That's all I'm thinking all the time. They writing notes. So I said, I want to know that Human Resource Manager Donna Ivy shut the meeting down.
Right.
I don't know why she shut it down, but I want to know that she shut it down.
Right.
And I want to know that I didn't want her in here for this very reason.
Mm-hmm.
I later found out later on that they was recording that meeting.
And that was more helpful for you. So you was able to the record.
I didn't get it till later on, and I filed another EEO investigation. I got the investigation report back. They were recording that whole thing, and I got it in black and white. Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So moving forward, that same day. Now check this out. This is where all the shit hell break loose. After I done told these folks I'm finna sue them and I'm finna get on their ass, all that. I run up. I said, "Are we done?" After they done shut the meeting down, I said, "Are you done? Are you done? Are we finished? Whatever. You can go." I go back to my union office. I'm getting ready to file up some more shit. I'm finna put some more paperwork on these folks.
Right.
Two lieutenants come to my office and say, "Hey, the warden wants to see you." I said, "For what?" I'm finna put this paperwork on y'all. And they escorted me to the warden's office like an inmate. I get to the warden's office and he's mad as hell. He red. So I said, "Damn, what I done did to him?" He said, effective immediately, you're placed on administrative leave until further notice. I said, what? Hold up. Wait a minute. Y'all just denied me administrative leave and I just lost money for 6 months. You're giving me administrative leave now? He said, get out of my office. And he said, you're banned from the grounds. Hold up. What? I'm banned from the grounds. Right then and there, I knew I had them. I said, oh, I got him. So after I was
moving unethical at that point, right? Yeah.
Oh my God. You listening. You are listening. Yes, ma'am. They are, yes, unethical. There's no integrity, no more, none. They just breaking the law as they go.
Yeah.
So as I'm getting escorted off the ground, I stop by the union office and let them know, hey, they sending me home. Do you know that day turned into 1 week to 1 month to several months to then I said
it was 2 years, right?
Yeah, it was eventually wound up to 2 years, but on my 1-year anniversary of being at home on paid leave, this when Colette Peters came in. This when they finally found Colette Peters. She come in. I see her a month before my 1-year anniversary on paid administrative leave. I see her testify, and that's what I was telling you about when she said whistleblowers come forward.
Yeah.
We won't be retaliated against. So I said, if I'm still on administrative leave a month later, which will be my 1-year anniversary, I'm gonna cut the fuck up. And I think this is the day Jackson State was playing Southern. This was Dion was here. And so I said, I'm gonna do something so drastic, it's gonna have to get everybody's attention. And it's and Dion and everybody in town. And so that 1-year anniversary came, I went and bought a birthday cake. I hired 2 camera crews, which they bagged out at the last second. And so I had my kids with me. I needed somebody to record this, what I was about to do. We went to the federal prison and I did a whole live. I was standing on a sign and I was calling out the director of the Bureau of Prisons name, Colette Peters. I said, you lie under oath and you need to fly me out to see you or you need to come out here and see me in Mississippi. But either way, I want your ass because you done lie under oath. I'm still at the house. I done sent you emails. Everybody's still ignoring me. Now, mind you, I've been at home and I've been emailing these folks telling them this is illegal. I'm telling them this is illegal. Right. They don't even care. They still paying me on an $80,000 salary at home. So here goes some more corruption. Now, their 1-year anniversary, I'm standing a sign. The police come out there, they pull guns on me and the kids because I had a BB gun out there and somebody called the police. I was trying to make the news. I wanted the news media to come out there because I said, this is what y'all want to do. I'm finna bring the news media out here. Do you know my video went viral and no news media coverage? And so I'm like, boy, and no media reached out to me. I'm calling the news media trying to find out, hey, y'all know my video viral. Wait, why y'all ain't reporting on this corruption out here? What's going on? Why y'all ain't asking me why I'm standing on that sign? That's not, do y'all see the police got guns on me and my kids?
But do you know why they do that though? Like they do that because whenever they have tie-ins with people or of whatever, they not gonna cover that story. They not gonna do anything to disrupt a relationship that they have.
Yep.
Or none of that. Or it's so crazy because you would think the news will be on your side, like they said, 3 on your side.
Oh man.
These posts are not on your side. Do you
They
know?
not.
I've even had to call them for a situation and they turned the story down because they only out for what they want. They have picks and chooses on stories that they cover.
Yep, you're so right.
What makes it harder is if you're Black and you're trying to really highlight something that really matters.
Yep.
They don't want to hear it. But
Yep.
if you was white, I'm not racist, but if you was white and you wanted to highlight that story, you didn't have to go through all that.
Man.
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you finish. I feel like Mississippi still operate under
it's a good old boy. Yeah, it is. Good old boy network system.
Yeah, mentality like you gotta fall in line or else. And people like you and me, we don't fall in line because we tired. Well,
I'm tired. Yep.
You know, and so go ahead. I ain't gonna keep preaching.
Go ahead. You good? You good? So, like you said, 3 on your side is not on your side. Now, I did a video out there with them too and went viral. I went and put the news media on blast. It went viral. Yeah. But yes, they are not on your side. WJTV, they report on inmates, but they don't report on corruption. The inmate death, they'll report that, but they don't report corruption out there. And I think it got a lot to do with Benny Thompson too. I've been calling him out because that prison, the federal prison, is in his district. And mind you, 5 months before I went on administrative leave, Benny Thompson requested an investigation into that prison to the DOJ. And 5 months later, I've been sent home on administrative leave. But so, man, fast forward, after the news media never picked up my story, now I'm becoming distraught. Now I'm like, damn, this shit more serious than I ever thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm hearing ramblings. You know, now everybody at the prison calling me crazy, and I'm talking about I'm getting it. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it. Now, Fred, that nigga, what the fuck was he out there doing with them kids and all that? But nobody wanted to know why I'm standing on the side. What if they just missed the whole message? They were, they weren't trying to, worry about if I'm crazy or not, but not wondering why was I at the house a whole fucking year at that time. Right. And why I'm out there with my kids recording live. It's why am I recording live? But anyway.
I got a quick question for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So you went through the depression stage when you lost your mom and stuff, and then you start this fight and everything for yourself. But did you go through depression again dealing with this? Did it discourage you?
Most definitely, especially like it, man, when you got a wife on your back. Me and my wife, we two different people, man. She one of them church people. I love her to death. She one of them church people, and the church, I know that church, I know churches are fake too. It's not real. We live in a matrix. I tell people we live in a matrix. Everything is a lie. Everything is a lie. But anyway,
you sound like my fiance.
It's real. I'm telling you, everything is a lie. We've been told lies. And so fast forward. Now, mind you, I done hired an attorney to help me with this process. And it get to the point, after my 1 year paid administrative leave, fast forward to March 15, 2023, I'm doing a deposition in my lawyer's attorney's office. I hired Willie Afton. Yeah, a lot of people know him. It was a Black attorney. He's an associate pastor at the church that my wife and me was going to. Mm-hmm. And he wound up giving my case to a white attorney. And I'm like, why is he handing my case over to a white? He said, this is my guy. He gonna help it. He's more experienced in the federal level. But I'm like, my case beat already. What do you need help for? So he gave it to the white guy. The white guy, he thinking I'm slow and shit. I'm letting him just do whatever. I'm knowing he not doing no discovery. And if people don't know what discovery is, basically where you get to ask the other side pointed questions and request stuff from them. Then they request stuff from you. You swapping stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He let them do discovery on me, but I know he didn't do discovery on them. He lying to me. Now, I'm watching my case. He don't know I'm watching my case in the portal. He did not do no discovery on them, but he allowed them to do discovery on me. And I answered all the questions, gave them everything they wanted. He ain't do no discovery on them. And March 15, 2023, I do a deposition in my attorney's office. James Graves III, who works for the Department of Justice here in the Mississippi in downtown Jackson. His dad is a judge.
Mm-hmm.
He comes to the attorney office in the hopes of destroying me.
Mm.
But when you got facts and you stick to your facts and you know your truth and you know it from front to back, back to front, can't nobody mess with you.
Mm-mm.
This man come up here stumbling through papers, trying to catch me in lies. Even my attorney telling me this gonna be an all-day process. He telling me, man, we're gonna be here for hours. I'm telling her, you must, man, you stupid, man, you stop, man, man, this man, like, you, man, nigga, I'm finna kill anybody who come and try to question me.
Right.
And so the attorney, before he can even finish questions, I'm destroying him. My
I got
attorney,
a question for you though. I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
yeah, you good.
You have the skills of an attorney. So
Yeah,
my thing is, you didn't need nobody at all.
I didn't. I really didn't.
And I had to teach myself that because I went and fought a case myself, by myself, for myself. But what I'm saying is, when you learn that you can do the same thing these attorneys do, go find you a book and educate yourself, because all thing they do is re-educate themselves after they leave law school to fight a case. They go open up these books and stuff and find the laws, which you already had the skills to do. So why you even gave them the time of the day?
Because I'm fighting the Department of Justice, and I knew they were coming with the lingo. You know, I don't know all the technical terms, and I don't know how to file the proper paperwork. You know, at that time, I'm just still learning. You know, and I'm hoping that these people, you know, I'm thinking in my mind, the associate pastor ain't gonna just sell me out like all the way out like this, is it? So the deposition happened spring break, March 15th, 2023. I crushed it. Something that was supposed to last all day was 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so after I destroyed the attorney, the attorney from the DOJ, my attorney lets me know, man, you did a great job. I get back with you. Yeah, we went to Disney World after that.
Mm-hmm.
Come back that Monday. My attorney called me, and I'm knowing this the money call on way. I'm like, I'm thinking we finna have some millions on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So my attorney called me and said, we got an offer on the table. I said, what's up? Talk to me. He said, we got an offer of 300. Now we already, yeah. The lawsuit was for 400,000. That was just the one lawsuit. So he come back and said, we got an offer of $300,000. I said, shoot, cool, okay. What? But I said, dude, that's all me? He said, unfortunately, nah, we getting our cut. And then I said, hold up. So y'all getting the cut out of this? So I said, so what else? He said, you got to pay taxes on it. You got to sign an NDA, and you got to drop your conspiracy complaint against management, and you got to resign.
I would have said to myself, if I could get that much just right now, me knowing if I, you know that if you would have not signed, you could get way more, but not just because that's how it goes, but because they saw you as a threat, so they wanted to get you on out the way with the NDA. So yeah, go ahead, honey.
Yes. So I snapped. I said, man, if you don't get off my goddamn phone with that bullshit, man, who you think I am, Boo Boo the Fool?
Yeah.
So now, mind you, I work a lot of overtime. Mm-hmm. And my whole fight started over promotion. Do you know I got my promotion while I was on administrative leave? Not only that, they had to go back and retroactive and give everybody who was due that promotion. Everybody got the promotion, and I want to say it's due to me. Across the whole Bureau of Prison, they gave everybody automatic promotion. And so not only did I get my promotion, I got 25% increase in pay, which bumped me up from 60-some thousand to 80 plus $1,000 just sitting at the house. So do the math.
But you know what they was trying to do, right?
I definitely know what they were trying to do.
They was trying to right their wrongs and make everything seem like, okay, we working to fix everything, but it still wasn't fixed.
It was not fixed. They were trying to mask it. So, and what pissed me off was, I said, now at this time, I'm already been sitting at the house over a year and some change. Mm-hmm. I'm on an $80,000+ salary, which I have not worked any overtime on this new salary. Mm-hmm. And so I'm doing the math. So what I would have been left with after taxes and the lawyers getting their fees out of the $300,000, what I would have been left with, I could have made in a year off my $80,000+ salary with overtime. Mm-hmm. So the math is not mathing. So after I turned down the money and told my attorney to get off my line, come back, he better come back with something else. Do you know these folks went into Operation Blackout?
What?
My attorneys start disappearing on me. They not following up with me. I'm not hearing from nobody at the prison. Nobody responding to none of my emails. And so
how long did you go on for?
Oh, okay. That was March. Now, March 2023 to August of 2023. This when I learned about the Goon Squad. Uh-huh. This where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the Rankin County Goon Squad?
I am familiar.
So I'm in Brandon. I'm in Rankin County. I'm just so happen to turn the news on when I know about the Rankin County. I'd heard about them out here, doing what they do to people, but I'd never had no problem with it. And it's been going on for decades, but I never had no problems with it.
If I remember, I'm sorry, if I remember correctly, because I had just came back to Mississippi, and I think I saw them on the news where they had killed the person or beat them or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
They tortured two black guys and what it was they was helping one of their white friends. They were house sitting, and somebody called one of the police officers, one of the Goon Squad members, and said, "Hey, we got some niggas over here in this house. Y'all need to follow up and go see what's going on." Mm-hmm. And so they didn't went over there. They didn't torture these guys for 2 hours, and they sexually assaulted them, tortured them. Waterboard them, had them taking showers together, naked, throwing eggs and pouring syrup on them. And then one of them, Michael Jenkins, got shot in the mouth.
Yeah, that's what,
he got shot in the mouth. By the grace of God, he survived.
Yep.
And so now, everybody coming together, trying to get their story put out there because don't nobody believe what happened. Mm-hmm. And so now, you got all these people coming from out of town. You got Malik Shabazz, and you got Mr. John C. Barnett, and you got local activists here. I see him on the news. Mm-hmm. And it's one guy stood out to me. His name, National Civil Rights Activist, Mr. John C. Barnett. He was talking so bad about the Rankin County Sheriff Department on the news. I was like, who in the hell is that guy? Mm-hmm. I got to go find him. Because I don't know nobody else talking about Rankin County like me, because I forgot to tell you this too. Back in 2017, I made the news. I went super viral. I was all over every news station, and I was in Australia, Memphis. I was my story took off. I was on all 3 stations here. My neighbor down the street had a black dummy hanging from a noose, and it was under the guise of a Halloween decoration. I reposted it on my page. You got to go back and find it. Mm-hmm. But he had a black dummy hanging from a noose. Mm-hmm. And so I did a Facebook video about it, and it took off. It went super viral. It was on everybody's news station. But fast forward, so that's when I knew I had some fight in me too, right then and there. I said, maybe this my calling to call out shit like this.
Right.
So mind you, back to the money, the Operation Blackout, and the Goon Squad. I see Mr. John C. Barnett talk so disrespectfully about Sheriff Brian Bailey and the Goon Squad. I said, I made it my point. I need to find that guy because that's another loudmouth I need to tell my story.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought he was an attorney. And I made it my business to go to the courthouse where they was having the hearings at. And I get to the courthouse. I'm taking my baby out the car. I see Mr. Barnett walking. He running late for the court hearing. I said, "Hey man, I'm to my look. It's just God. It's just God." I said, "Hey man, I came here to find you." He said, "Get with me after the hearing. I'm running late. I'm running late."
Mm-hmm.
So, I get in the courthouse, me and my homeboy, because he met me up there. We get in the courthouse, we see all the cameras and stuff like that. And they had the hearing. They come out of the courtroom, I ain't never seen this many cameras. And they crowded around the victims and the lawyer, Malik Shulubat Shabazz, and everybody. And I see Mr. Barnett on the camera. So I started recording too. I'm like, damn, I like this. I'm part of the press too.
Yeah.
So after they did all that, I see Mr. Barnett, he give me his card, and I told him I need to get with you. He gave me his card. We met that night at the Westin. I showed him all my documentation, showed him video. He said, "Man, you must be something serious." Cause he was like, "I don't know nobody." At that time, it was going on 2 years. I had been at the house on paid leave. He said, "I don't know nobody in the world who could sit at the house on the $80,000 salary collecting a free check, and you telling them folks it's illegal and they still paying you."
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Yeah, something ain't right with that picture." So that's when I found out he do press conferences. He's a civil rights activist, and he can call the media. And he's not from here; he's from North Carolina. So he's traveling down here to assist with the Goon Squad case. So
that made it even better because sometimes you need people
outside resources. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And so this where the crazy stuff kick in at. So I hired him to do my press conference. We put the flyers out, is out there.
Mm-hmm.
And before I let my attorney know, I met Mr. Ernest McBride at the courthouse too. Cause my homeboy was like, "You need to tell one of the news reporters about your story too." And I was talking to the different news reporters. I talked to CNN. I talked to several. Everybody was like, "Well, I got you. I got your number. I'm gonna get with you." The only person who got back with me was the Jackson Advocate newspaper, and his name, Mr. Ernest McBride. He was out there. He got with me, and when he called me, he said, "Hey, I'm calling to do your story." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" Man, that was like, wow, bruh. I said, "Man, I finally got somebody to hear me."
Mm-hmm.
And so it kind of it uplifted my spirits, because I'm like, I'm running out of hope now, because I know these folks, they not finna let me back into the prison. They not finna let me back. I'm knowing, I forgot to tell you, they sent me, at this time while I'm out, they sent me to psychologists too. I forgot to tell you that. Yeah. I forgot to tell you, my psychologist died, and my therapist died. My therapist died while I was on administrative leave. She died due to COVID. So that put me in another depression. And they sent me to 2 psychologists, and all these psychologists said, "Hey," they asked me, "Why are you here?" I basically tell them, "Hey, I'm a government whistleblower. This is a retaliation. I think you all are part of the conspiracy. I think these folks hired y'all to write some bad stuff on me so they can terminate me." And the psychologist was like, "Hey, no, we don't have no part of this." They knew how serious I was. So they were like, "Nah," they all both like, "Nah, we ain't got nothing to do. We outside contractors. We gonna tell it like it is." They put me through a series of tests. Yes, we just doing our job. They put me through a series of tests. I passed the test with flying colors. The reports got back to the prison, and so this how corrupt these folks is. So basically, which I found out later, the psychologist basically tell the Bureau of Prison, "Hey man, everything this man going through is because of y'all."
Yeah.
And so the Bureau of Prisons got the documentation. They got it. Do you know, as I'm getting ready for my press conference, They sent me a FedEx letter in the mail, said, we have proposed to terminate you, and we want you to give a written reply as to why you shouldn't be terminated. And I'm saying, what?
So they wanted you to quit the whole time.
They wanted me to quit.
They want you to quit the whole time, but now they want you to beg to keep your job so that they can seem like they had something over you. So they want you to want your job bad enough to let the case go.
Listen, but watch this though. I did the number to them. Instead of me begging for my job, I said, this what they want me to beg for my job, and I'm not fit to beg for my job. In my written reply, I'm fit to let them motherfuckers have it. And the warden at the time, now mind you, the administration that sent me home, these folks that moved on with their careers, they didn't either retire or they moved to other institutions. So it's a new warden at the prison. And now mind you, I've been reaching out to him too. He just ignoring all my stuff. And so now he ready to terminate me. So I said, instead of me going in there and begging for my job, I'm finna put the truth on this damn documentation. I'm finna let them know what the hell going on, and I dare you motherfuckers to fire me. And I went in there the day before. This was several days before my press conference. I went in there, met with the warden, with my union rep, and we did a formal meet. I gave him my written reply. I made sure I got it stamped by his secretary, because I know they're gonna try to say they didn't get this.
Right.
And
doing that.
Oh yeah, I'm very smart now. So I went in there, I read my written reply. Basically, my written reply said, basically in a nutshell, I said, this place is full of shit. It's corruption. I said, you leading the charge. I said, you done lied in my investigation reports. You've lied under oath. And I said, if anybody get terminated, I said, how can anybody get terminated when everybody that conspired against me still got their jobs, including you? So I said, if y'all terminate me, y'all got to be terminated too.
You better say it.
And I gave that motherfucker that copy with that stamp on it. I got his assistant to stamp it. I gave him a copy of it. And I said, I got a copy, you got a copy. And do you know, this man tried to tell me, he said, this how I knew I got him. He said, hold on. He said, let me take my warden hat off. Let me put my union hat on. He said, I was union president. I don't know if you know, but this is what he told me. I don't know if you know, if you follow my background. He said, I came from Phoenix. I used to be a union president. And I'm listening to him. I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that. He said, you messing up your case right now. I'm messing up my case. What is you talking about? Man, I said, man, all right, man. I said, put your warden hat back on. He put his warden hat back on. He said a few more words, and I said, we through, we done. And I walked up out of there, and long story short, I had my press conference right after, and my news article came out the same week. And so now I'm out there at the press conference. I give one of the realest press conferences ever. WJTV out there and WAPT. WLBT, they not out there. WLBT, 3 on your side, was not out there. We in front of the federal courthouse where my civil lawsuit is at. And so I'm talking about, I give it to them raw. I got Mr. John C. Barnett out there, a national civil rights activist. I got a Black Panther member, Cheryl Potts. I got Brother Kareem Muhammad, who's a member of the local organizer committee, and he's the FOI, which is a part of the Nation of Islam. And I got my family out there and one of my partners. We standing out there, and I'm giving it to them raw.
Yeah.
I gave one of the most. I called out the governor. I ain't know I had it in me. I was so angry. I called out Governor Tate Reeves. I called out Congressman Michael Guest. I called out. I talked about the $100 million welfare scandal. These folks stealing money. I called it. I let that shit loose. And you know, we finished up that press conference. And I'm gonna tell you too, I forgot to tell you, my lawyers called me right before the press conference and they say, hey, don't say nothing about the judge. I'm thinking they gonna stand with me. They did not stand with me. They
Hold
said,
on,
don't say.
but at
Yeah.
what point, after them going ghost on you, at what point did they start back communicating with you?
After my news article came out, I took it. I walked it right up to the white attorney, Jonathan Fairbanks' office, and then this how I knew something was up. I gave him my news article. Do you know he looked at my news? I'm on the front page now, mind you, front page of the Jackson Advocate newspaper, which is the oldest black paper in the United States.
Right.
I give him the news article, news front page. He look at the front page article, see me on the front page. Do you know this motherfucker looked at it and he kind of slammed the paper down like, fuck. That's what he did. I act like I ain't seen him do it. But I said, damn, he mad. I said, I'd have let the cat out the bag. And so, yeah. And so a few days later, my press conference come out. I got the flyers out. Everybody know about the press conference coming up. Do you know the day of the press conference? Now, mind you, too, I tried to get the white attorney to meet with Jonathan Fairbanks so we could set up a meeting with the press conference. He never got back with Mr. Barnett. Never got back with him. Just lied to me. So right before the press conference, they called me on three-way. And I thought I was like, I said, yeah, this some snitch shit right here. They up to some shit. So they tell me, hey, don't say nothing about the judge. Don't say nothing about the case. Just stick to your fight. Stick to it. So I'm like, what? Okay. I get out there, like I told you, I laid it all out. I snap. I got almost 20,000 views on Facebook. And so, but do you know that night we at the house, we waiting on this epic shit to come on the TV. I'm sitting back, all family members, everybody at the prison, everybody looking for it to come on the news. Do you know they didn't run it on the news? They did not show it on the news. And I knew right then and there, I'm up against a fucking machine. I'm fighting the devil. Mm-hmm. And one of my wife's favorite scriptures is we wrestle against not flesh and blood, but wicked powers and principalities and wicked places or something like that. So, and I said that when that scripture popped up in my head, I said, yeah. It really discouraged me that they didn't show it on TV. I ain't gonna lie, it discouraged me. I said, I'm dealing with a monster. I'm really dealing with a monster. And so, do you know, after that press conference, I got terminated and they tossed out my civil lawsuit and my lawyers dropped me all in the same week.
Wow.
All in the same week. And then right then and there, I kind of went into a slump, but then I knew I had to gather myself. I said, Fred, someone was like, Fred, you beat the feds. You just got to let everybody know you beat them. So what the fuck is you going to do about it? What you going to do? So I had to shake it off. I had to stand up in my misery, and I had to find out a way how to promote what I'm doing. And so
I put the verse up there that you was trying to, Ephesians 6:12.
Okay, yep. Ephesians 6:12. Yep, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. And so I had to make up in my mind that, Fred, you are not going to let them punk you out like this. Yeah. You got the feds beat, you got the paperwork, and can't nobody call you a liar. Are you going to go out like yep, Governor Tate Reeves is part of the scam. They all part of it. And so I told myself, are you going to punk out? Or are you going to take care of business?
Right.
And so I had to figure out a way, how can I promote this and without them disappearing me? Because I feel in my mind, this is the feds. They're going to try to disappear me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make myself known and visible to the public eye, that they see me coming, they know I'm a goddamn problem. So I started off, I made a whistleblower t-shirt. It said government whistleblower, and it had a whistle in the middle. Mm-hmm. And so you know, I was walking around with that shirt, making noise, blowing my whistle, doing stuff here and there. But I was like, and I took a picture with Big Crump with that shirt. And Dennis Sweet, we was all in a group picture. That's one of my favorite pictures. With the Dexter Wade case. I don't know if you're familiar with the bodies buried behind the jail.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I had to catch you up on that later. Oh my God. Yeah, you got it. Girl, you behind then.
I am.
Anyway, that's one of the
15 years.
Yeah, that's one of the big cases. They buried the police were burying bodies behind the jail in Raymond. And yeah, we'll get into that. But I was part of that case. And Ben Crump came down here and I took a picture of him in my whistleblower shirt. And I said, now I have arrived. Because when everybody saw me take that picture with Ben Crump, and I got to give a thanks to Mike Magazine, too. Mike Magazine, I got to shout out to Mike Magazine, Angela Buckner. She was the first person to do the real She dug deep into my story, did the investigation, and she did a documentary on me. And so that gave me courage, too. I forgot it. I can't forget about Mike Magazine. But anyway, when I took that picture with Ben Crump at the graveyard with Dennis Sweet, and everybody was chiming in like, damn, nigga, you that nigga. I said, oh, I done made it.
Yeah.
But I was looking at the shirt. I said, the shirt, something ain't, the shirt is just, it ain't something, the shirt ain't. And it was until I said, maybe I got the whistle. I got to put some, I said, maybe I should wear a referee shirt. But I was skeptical. I'm like, I don't want to be running around with a referee shirt. But it was my barber. I got my haircut one day. I was getting my haircut one day. My barber, Reggie Taylor. And he was like, man, you need to get a referee shirt. I said, what? You think so? I said, man, because I was thinking about a referee shirt. He said that referee shirt gonna be it. So I started putting on that referee shirt, and then just long story short, the referee shirt it started taking off slowly, and it became like it became a trigger for racist people. Racist people don't like for some reason they don't like they like to call me footlock. They try to call me footlock, and that's the code word for nigga. But I already peeped that. But they don't like the referee shirt. But anyway, the referee shirt has become a symbol of standing up and being a loud, voiceless person. And I got to shout out to Hank, my guy Hank in Ohio, one of my biggest fans. I love that guy. I used to have a black whistle. This guy reached out to me. He wanted to let me know how much he supported me. He said, you should have another whistle. This man bought me this whistle, and he sent it to me. I cried like a baby. I cried like, man, for a man in Ohio to reach out and send me a new whistle and to let me know he's watching me from Ohio, to let me know that my fight is encouraging him, it told me something. And so when I got this whistle, the first time I used this whistle, you got to go on my page and see it. I saved it for a Department of Justice meeting that they was having for citizens of Rankin County who wanted to voice their concerns about the Rankin County Goon Squad. The DOJ was here. This is after they convicted the Goon Squad members. He said, flag on the play. Yeah, flag on the play. And so, yes, sir. So that's one of my guys. So hey. So
before you get into the city of what you was about to say.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to highlight the young lady that you said covered you and they did the investigation.
Angela Buckner. Yes, ma'am. Mike Magazine.
I wanted to share where people can go find that on YouTube.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see here.
And this part of it right here behind me.
Mike Magazine investigative report. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. This investigative report is about
so y'all can go and find that
in American
on
history
YouTube
as it relates to the Bureau of Prisons.
Because I was looking at that too before we even did the interview, so y'all can check that out. It actually has
just recently 22-year-old.
Yeah, you got to find a long version. It's two versions. It's a 16-minute version of it. You got to get that one. But then she got it on Facebook too. I'm gonna have to repost it on Facebook. But yeah, she did that for me. That gave me hope. So shout out to Mike Magazine too. And so to the DOJ meeting that happened in May of last year. This when the whistleblower really took off.
Mhm.
The Department of Justice was here. And like I said, it was holding a town hall meeting for citizens of Rankin County. And I forgot to tell you, they were in Lexington, Mississippi too. This one I met Christian Clark, who was she was the civil rights head person. She was over the civil rights division. She is the one who convicted the Goon Squad, Black lady Christian Clark.
Okay.
I met her team in Lexington, Mississippi, because they were down there investigating the police department in Lexington. They were down there violating people's rights down there. And they had like a profit for play down there. They was just making money off people down there. But anyway, I went down there to one of their town hall meetings to confront the Department of Justice. And before I could even speak, they shut me down. And I thank God that they shut me down, because it made me aware when they came to Brandon. And I think that was just God leading me to show me how they move.
Yeah.
And so when they came to Brandon, and for the citizens of Rankin County who ever having problem with the Rankin County Goon Squad, I attended the meeting. Now, mind you, I want to record this. The Department of Justice say you can't record. We don't let you record us. So I'm like, oh my God, I know I'm finna kill these folks up here. Not literally, y'all. I'm about to embarrass these folks, but I can't record it. So I'm gonna give a shout out to little Emily. We not speaking no more, but little Emily Escola, she's a little activist. She's a white little young lady. She was on the team. She showed up late to the meeting. And so she didn't hear them tell them you can't record. I'm gonna tell you how God works. God works in mysterious ways. I tell you, God, when I think God then deserted me, he keep a ram in the bush.
Yeah.
This is when the whistleblower took off. So I'm at the DOJ meeting. You can find, just reposted it. It's over 50,000 views. You go down my timeline. He said he know it. So I was like the second person to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they talking about violating the civil rights. They talking about the Goon Squad violating the civil rights of people, pattern of practice and all this. And I'm sitting here listening to these folks. I'm like, y'all do know that y'all doing the same thing that the Rankin County Goon Squad doing, right? The sheriff doing, covering up. Mm-hmm. Y'all doing the same talking points. It's the same. Y'all lying to the people. Y'all ain't finna help nobody. Y'all corrupt too. This in my mind before I speak. I'm just listening to them feed the people lies. And mind you, the attorney general that was in the room too, he was over the welfare scandal. They put him in charge over the welfare, the $100 million welfare scandal that these folks stole from the needy. But anyway, I'm the second person to speak. I raise my hand. I get up and give one of the most famous introductions you can ever. I get up, introduce myself. I blow the whistle, and I call. And before I can even call out the Department of Justice, the same thing they did in Lexington, shut me down. They tried to do it right there in Rankin County. And I said, oh, hell no. Y'all ain't finna shut me down a day. Y'all done terminated me too? Oh, you motherfuckers finna get it. You finna feel this shit. Yeah. And not only that, I had my newspaper article too. My family in the room. I had my wife framed my first news article. She framed it. So I got it in a frame. I'm with me holding it. Because I want to show the people, because you could talk all you want, but if you ain't got nothing to show people physically, a lot of people not gonna believe you. So I had to take that frame, my picture frame, with me to show people that I'm not just talking. So I get up, I stand up in the middle of the room, I blow my whistle. They try to shut me down. I snap. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I snap. I'm talking about you. I'm gonna send it to you after we get out. You gonna see it. You gonna be like, God damn.
I want to see it.
I snapped. I'm talking about the whole room. Like, what the fuck? Listen, they had the marshals and they had the FBI marshals and the marshals and they were for to tackle me. but I got louder. I'm telling you, I said, yeah, come on, everybody watching. Look, he said that was a classic. I said, everybody watching. Yeah, come on, everybody watching. I said, this why they didn't want me to record. I'm steady holding up my picture frame. Then I turned around, I pointed to the guy, I said, yeah, you covered up my case. And I told everybody in the room, I said, yeah, they offered me $300,000 to hush my mouth. I said, they paid me for 2 years at the house to shut up. They paid me 2 years under the table, and they offered me $300,000 to shut my mouth. I'm telling, I snapped. And so they started trying to shut me down. They tried to nope. I said, tell them why y'all covered up my press conference. I said, tell them how y'all work with the news media. I said, I went to everybody in the state of Mississippi. I said, everybody is corrupt. And I said, I ain't fucking playing. Everybody corrupt. Yeah. I started naming the governor. I started naming Benny Thompson, Congressman Michael Guest, Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith. Man, do you know them folks was like, they was like, no, let them speak. I had the attention of the whole room. They said, let them speak. And this where the crooked shit come in at. NAACP, Angela English, the president of the Rankin County NAACP, she's the president of the Rankin County division. Do you know this woman got her ass up and chasing me around the room trying to help shut me down when these folk, everybody in the room then told them to let me speak. They wanted me to talk. They wanted to hear what I had to say. So she chasing me around the room. You're gonna see it. You're gonna be upset when you see, because everybody hate her right now for what she did. And so I'm in there exposing, NAACP of Rankin County. I'm in there exposing the Department of Justice in their face. You can't tell me shit. And so I eventually sit down and I didn't even know the white girl was recording. I did not know Emily was recording.
Yeah.
The meeting was over. I got everybody want to run up to me. They want to see my new article so they can research it. And the white girl, Emily, say, you know, I recorded that. I said, I know you lying. I know you lying. And she let me see it. And I damn near cried. I said, I got it. I got them. I got these folks. And so she sent me the video. I uploaded it and it went viral. I'm talking about viral. Yeah, I think it should have 1 million views right now, but it's over. It's at 54,000 views right now. It's not one of my biggest videos, but I think it's my biggest video. Out of all the videos I've done, I think that's my biggest video. But after that video was released, everybody knew who the fuck I was.
Yeah.
And they knew that this nigga did not come to play.
And he ain't scared. Yeah.
And I'm not scared. And so now, you know, now you cannot deny me. And I tell everybody right now, as long as I've been out here doing this in a short amount of time, you have not come and found nobody to challenge me and say that I'm a liar. That's one thing you won't find them. And then I'm gonna tell you how corrupt it is too. I had an arbitration hearing last year, October 29th and the 30th. The union president, who I helped endorse to get in to help clean up the corruption, I had to find out this nigga was working with the feds. And yeah, I could tell you about this nigga, man. This nigga, he was going back. He's supposed to be my representative. These folks didn't. This arbitration hearing was to get my job back and just to get back pay.
Yeah.
They tell me I can't even testify in person. I got to testify from home because they say I was making threats to the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Prisons.
So they want you to do a virtual?
I did a virtual. I did a virtual. And they wanted me to say no to the virtual. I was like, nah, we can do the virtual. Because y'all finna lose this. And mind you, this right before I just got my redacted memo. If you go on my page, you see I got a fully redacted memo to let you know I'm the real deal. You talking about the Epstein files? I got a fully redacted memo where they covered up my administrative leave with me sitting at the house for 2 years. So I got that from my EEO investigation report. And so, and you won't find nobody else that nobody else has come forward to say they've been offered $300,000 and they got a redacted memo. But anyway, so fast forward to last year. Mind you, I got terminated September 19, 2021.
Right.
I finally get my arbitration hearing October the 29th and the 30th of last year, 2024.
Yeah.
And I finally get my chance to expose some more corruption. But I got to do it from the house. So I'm sitting in my arbitration hearing. None of the people that were involved in sending me home were there to show up and testify. They didn't even allow them to testify. The only people that testified on the behalf of the agency was the warden who terminated me, who got promoted to regional director. And what'd you say?
Was it the union too?
The union was involved too. Yes. So let me tell you. So I get in there. The human resource. They testify. The doctor who terminated me with her falsified medical record, she testified. And the warden who terminated me, who used the falsified medical records, testified. Now, mind you, I'm listening to this man testify under oath. He's lying.
I hate to stop you, but at what point did the doctor put the false information on you? Because I know you see the therapist and the psychologist, but at what point did the doctor put the false information, and what was the false information?
The false information was basically I was not fit to be a correctional officer. I had a permanent mental condition.
And I knew they was trying to get at that. That's why they sent you through that process. I was waiting on that to come out, but you waited to the end to give it to me. I should have said something a long time ago because I'm like, they gotta be trying to mentally throw you out the game because you're not quitting, and they want you to quit. So they tried everything that they needed to try, and you didn't fall for it. So they had to get this doctor, which I was waiting on. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, they got the doctor, and mind you, it wasn't the doctors that they sent me to. It was the doctor who worked for them.
Yeah. She had to work for them.
Yeah, she worked for them. She works. Her title is under the Department of Justice, the Bureau of Prisons. She works for them.
Yeah.
She overrided my psychologist, and she overrided the other two psychologists. She just overrided them and said I had a permanent condition, and none of the she said that's what the doctor said too. Now, mind you, I got my medical records later on and found out none of the doctors said I had a permanent condition.
Now, before you move forward, did you try to pursue a case against her?
And that's what I'm trying. That's what they won't let me. I can't get to her.
It is so hard. It is so hard, and a lot of people scared because of the whole medical thing. They got so many different laws and things to protect them that it's really hard to go against a doctor. But I still wouldn't give up on it.
Oh no. I get to her, but I'm just putting her part as the conspiracy because I think she was just doing what she was told, but at the same time, she never saw none of the documentation that I had on these folks. I've never met this woman in my life until she testified in my hearing. He was in Washington, D.C. And so, I never met this woman a day in my life, but she know I got a permanent condition. Yes. And so, mind you, the day of my arbitration hearing, I hear the warden lying under oath again. And I can't even question, I can't even say, hey, this man lying. And not only that, my union representative, Ronnie Sims, who was my president, who I helped get in there and help win, he gets and testify and lie under oath. So I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Why is he lying under oath? Watch this. This man just lied and said, now mind you, the warden even testified and said he don't even know why I'm on administrative leave. Can't nobody tell you to this day why I was sitting at home for 2 years on paid leave. This man testified and said, I don't know why he was at home.
You were the one.
But he still terminated me. And not only that, this man said he received my documentation that I've been emailing him, my conspiracy memo. He said he received it several times. And they asked him, you know, they asked him what he do with it. Everybody lying. Yup, everybody lying. Everybody lying. They asked him, so what did you do with it? He said he didn't do nothing with it. He just ignored it. So I'm like, damn, that's my case right there. But anyway, moving fast forward. So after he lied on the oath and the union president lied on the oath, I said, wait a minute, something ain't right. And not only that, the warden, who is now the regional director, he testified on the union. He testified on the union president and the former union president, Darkenia Hornsby. So I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. This shit then went to a whole nother level of corruption. Ain't you'll never find nobody ain't nobody never heard of this shit. The management testifying on the union. So I'm taking all this in. Now this is on day one. It's a 2-day hearing. This on day one. So on day two, on day two, I'm the only one who testified. So before I testify, I said, man, I gotta record this shit. Yeah. So I go to recording on Facebook Live. I record on Facebook Live. I'm testifying. I'm letting them have it. I'm testifying on Bennett Thompson. I'm testifying on the Governor Tate Reed, Senator Hyde Smith, Attorney General Lynn Finch. I'm testifying on everybody and they mama. Mm-hmm. And I told them how they covered up everything. I talked about how I was sitting at the house for 2 years and everybody ignored my emails. I'm saying I said I was a prisoner of my own home. I'm letting them have it. So mind you, okay, we go to a break. Go to break. I'm finna finish it. I'm finna finish it up right here. We go to a break. We come back for part two of my testimony. Before we start part two of my testimony, now mind you, this is all, they got a court recorder in the room now.
Right.
So the lady come back, the Attorney General from Washington, D.C., she's in the room. She says, I got a few housekeeping rules before we start. I said, yes, ma'am, go ahead. She said, one, when you talk, can you slow down for the court recorder? I know we're talking a little fast, but let's let the court recorder record everything. I said, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
And here this is where she dropped the bomb on me. She said, two, are you recording a Facebook Live right now?
I
know they had been watching me, but I ain't never caught them.
Yeah.
When she said that, do you know my heart dropped?
I know it did.
I said, I started stumbling on my words and I didn't know what to say. Yeah. But I said, keep your composure, Fred. I'm thinking in my mind, keep your composure. Because I'm saying, in my mind, I said, they finna try to use this to justify to throw out the whole arbitration hearing. And I'm gonna have to do it all over again. So the first thing came to my mind, I said, when she said, are you recording Facebook Live on the open social media account? I said, yes. I said, yes, ma'am. I said, I'm recording for my protection. I said, I'm recording for my civil lawsuit. I said, I don't know who to trust right now. I said, this cover up is so deep. I don't know who to trust. I said, you all have already offered me $300,000 to walk away and be quiet. So I don't know who to trust right now. Yeah. And so I left it at that. And so as soon as I said that, she said, but are you recording live? I said, yes, ma'am, I am. So she turned to the arbitrator and she told the arbitrator, Mr. Arbitrator, can you tell him to start recording? So he said, stop recording, you'll get a copy of the transcript after. I said, yes, sir. Now, mind you, I got people watching this shit too. Mm-hmm. And so I shut it down. And when I shut it down, I said, hold up, wait a minute. How does she know I was recording?
Because she on your page.
Nope, hold up. Nope. Watch this.
Oh, go ahead.
And watch this. I found this out later on. So when I asked her after I stopped recording, I said, ma'am, You know you just told on yourself, right? I said, how did you know I was recording? I said, you just told on yourself. And before I can even get good into getting in her ass, the arbitrator steps up and say, you don't do the questions. We do the questions. I said, damn. I said, you gonna let them watch me? You ain't gonna say nothing about this? So, so we move fast forward. I kill the arbitration hearing. We wrap it up. After we wrap it up, I send an email to the attorney general. I asked her. Now, when I do emails, I don't just send them to one person. I CC
everybody.
I CC 100 people in my emails. Everybody gonna see the email. And I got a special link. I had a special group for the whole entire prison. They gonna get it. So I emailed the attorney general directly, and I asked her, ma'am, I asked you earlier, how did you know I was recording the arbitration hearing? I want to know who told you this. I said, this is part of the conspiracy that I was testifying about. She didn't respond to my email. But you know who called me right after, like an hour or two later? The union president, Ronnie Sims. This motherfucker, now this the same guy, just testified under oath he ain't got no social media account. He lied under oath and said he ain't got no social media account.
Yeah.
He got a fake Facebook page that don't nobody know about but me, him, and a few more people. So I know he got a social media account, but I'm trying to figure out why would he lie about not having a social media account. So fast forward, the attorney general never testified. I mean, she never answered my email.
Right.
But this Negro reaches out and called me. He said, man, why you send that email out? I'm like, what? Why the fuck is you worried about me sending an email out? I'm trying to find out why this woman know I'm recording. Nigga, what are you talking about? I'm trying to get down to the bottom of this corruption. And so he said, man, you shouldn't have sent that email out. And right then and there, I said, this nigga acting funny. Do you know later on, I found out a witness came forward and told me that this nigga, they was stand on that break that I told you about. That first break, they was out on the patio standing around his cell phone. The arbitrator, my union lawyer, and the attorney general was standing around on this nigga phone watching me go live.
Oh, goodness.
Watching me go live. Now, mind you, I just told you he testified under oath he didn't have no social media account.
Yeah.
So how he don't have no social media account and they standing around his phone watching me? So let's move on. So months go by. I ain't told nobody about the warden the regional director testifying on the president, the union. I ain't told nobody but one person, maybe two. I kept it in my back pocket. I let my inner circle know about this.
Yeah.
To let them know this nigga, then he's a rat. He's a fucking rat. I'm just waiting on the arbitrator to come back with his decision to rule. I'm thinking he gonna rule in my favor. Then I'm gonna tell everybody about the union presidents being they got testified on. Do you know the arbitrator came back and ruled against me? His whole ruling against me was fictitious. He just made something up and threw it on the paper.
What did he say?
Basically that the agency was in the right, that they were not wrong. I do have a permanent condition.
But even though we know they was trying to put you in mentally incompetent, but what was the condition that they were trying to put on you?
This basically I'm unstable because I can't be around inmates and they saying I can't be around weapons. So you gotta be stable to be around in an inmate setting and to be able to handle weapons. And so now, mind you, I was working at a mental facility while I was on administrative leave too. I forgot to tell you that at my old job. So like that, how you gonna say I'm crazy and I'm working at a mental facility?
Yeah, and you
And,
have to do an assessment for that to
yeah,
get.
and not only that, do you know I got hired at TSA with a high security clearance?
Dude, if you don't back down, if you don't, I feel like we're gonna have a part 2 interview because we have not even got to.
Oh yeah, it's some more stuff I can tell you.
We have
Yeah,
not got
yeah.
to the rest of it, and honey, we don't want to tie y'all out with listening, but we got to finish up with all of this. So you know what, Fred, I honestly want to talk to you about doing multiple little interview
Yeah, oh
episodes.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Cause I definitely want to get it because I didn't get it to. I know we're running into 2 hours. I definitely want to get the word out about these politicians in the state of Mississippi.
You gonna get everything. You gonna get everything you need to get out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like,
yeah.
what you don't understand is, you read my email. MADCAP stands for Making a Difference Can Apply Pressure.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that's what you're doing. You're the example of MADCAP podcast.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Making a
ma'am. Yes,
difference.
ma'am.
So we have to, me and you, we're gonna talk about whatever time you got available to break this down. And
Yes,
there's no
ma'am.
rush. There's no rush. I'm
Yes,
here.
ma'am.
You're here, and we're gonna get everything you want to get out. So
Yes,
what I
ma'am.
want you to do is whatever you want to finish up tonight, then we're gonna set up another time to do a part 2 and part 3. And
Okay.
I really honestly, to be honest with you, I would love to have you maybe come on once a month and
Give an update. Yeah. We definitely can do that. We definitely can do that.
yeah, that's what I want to do with you,
Yes,
honestly.
ma'am.
Whatever else highlights, because I know you got a lot of stuff you're working on, and I want to hear about it, and I want to see what we can do to get you the support you need.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
go ahead. You can finish up to Nan.
Yes, ma'am.
We gonna do a part 2 and part
Okay.
3 and part 0. You gonna
Yes, ma'am. So basically right now, just to let y'all know, the corrupt arbitrator failed. He failed me. He was in on it. It was a stage arbitration. They that's tied in my conspiracy. There's a lot of people in trouble right now. I even got the FBI. I've went to the FBI. I got their ass to. I got basically, baby. I'm sorry, not baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Basically, I ain't trying to just be the big head or nothing like that. But basically, I am the Department of Justice. It's gonna be they're gonna have to change the name to Fred's Law or something right now. Because I didn't expose everybody and their mama, even Trump. And right now, one of my let me finish up with this. So the arbitrator ruled against me. The union president, after he ruled against me, the union president, Ronnie Sims, that weak ass nigga, he sends me a cease and desist letter. And so, mind you, they supposed to appeal the decision for me.
Right.
As the union. They tell me they didn't see nothing wrong with the arbitrator's ruling. Even though it was made up. Everything he put in his ruling was made up, just full of lies. And I know it's full of lies. I counteracted everything he said. And so this where my guy Eric Spears come in at. He's a former president in Miami. This one of my favorite white guys. He's been helping me. He was helping me along with the process. This guy helped me file my appeal. My appeal got accepted. And now Donald Trump, the freaking president, has an executive order on my appeal. So my appeal is just sitting in purgatory right now. Wow. And then my second civil lawsuit was Judge Henry Wingate. I just got the decision on my appeal. It's called, I forgot what the word for it, but basically it's just sitting still right now. And the federal judge, Judge Henry Wingate, just tossed out my civil lawsuit based on the fact He's saying the DO Department of Justice filed a motion to say, hey, we are a new Department of Justice. We wasn't here when all that was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Trump got his people in there now.
Right.
And so I didn't expose them too. And so and we requested a jury trial. Because I don't want no judge, no one person deciding my case. I want, and I know, and I know they don't want to go to a jury trial because I bury them in a jury trial. I just want y'all to do the right thing and go and pay me my back. But y'all right now, yesterday's price is not today's price. I was looking at maybe $1 million. That's what I was wanting.
Yeah,
But
$1 million.
yeah, I that would have probably shut me up. But right now, they done paid $100 million to female inmates in Dublin, at Dublin Prison in California, where these female prisoners in the federal prison were getting raped by staff members, and they were covering this stuff up for years. Wow. And now it just eventually came out. All this dirt started coming out after Jeffrey Epstein died. So all this corruption started coming out. But they had to shut their whole prison down, and they settled with the inmates, with the female prisoners, and they shipped them out, and they all settled $100 million lawsuit. So all of them basically getting $1 million. So if they giving the female prisoners $100 million, shit, I want somewhere damn near close to
it. Listen, we got so much to learn and so much to talk about. So I'm just excited for what's to come. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and wrap it up tonight. I appreciate you so much just for even being on here and telling your story and me learning things about you and your family and all the things you had to go through. Only thing I can say is you're a strong guy.
Yes, ma'am.
Strong guy, because this would have deterred any person.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I haven't. People don't even know the stuff that me and my wife have gone through. So that man, I can't tell everything, but man, I like a lot of my fight come from my anger. I'm pissed the fuck off.
Yeah.
I'm mad. I'm angry. That's where my frustration come from, because I'm pissed the fuck off.
But I bet you also feel like you have nothing to lose.
I don't have nothing to lose. And so that's where it comes from. That's where it definitely comes from. Before we leave, I just want to shout out to all my supporters out there, everybody who's been supporting me at the prison, the few people that really stood by me at the prison. I'm going to shout out my boy, Jadarius Johnson. He said I ain't give him a shout out. My big homie, Greg Gaston. To the people that's watching right now that follow me, shout out to everybody that's watching that follow me. To my new Whistleblower team and Morton, to my brother, to my family here, my kid, just my barber, Hank Willard. Man, if I forget you, don't count it against me if I forgot. It's just, my circle is very tight, man. I just want to say I appreciate everybody for the prayers and just supporting and sharing. I love y'all, and I don't fight for myself. I'm fighting for your children and your children's children, because if they can do this to me, and shout out to Britton Mosley. I forgot, we got to talk about that later on. I call him Pops. He's the godfather of whistleblowers. Mississippi Department of Corrections cover up this man's story back in the early 90s. He reported corruption, and they tried to plant drugs on him with the inmates, and the inmates told him what they were planning, and he got out of there and he reported what they were doing, and they covered his whole story up. And he's a whistleblower. He's been trying to get justice from the early 90s. He's 77 years old now. I've known him for 2 years. He helped me. He's the one who helped guide me and show me what they were trying to do to me, which I already had an idea. But his story, he has 2 books. God damn, I'll send it to you later.
But here's what I want to ask you. Do you think you can get him to get on the show one day with you?
Oh, yeah. He wanted story told. He definitely wanted story told. So
maybe in one of our segments, we can have him join us.
Yes, ma'am. You'll love him. You need, his story needs to be told. So I'm fighting for him because he's sick right now. I don't want him to die without his story being fully told. So that's why everybody, all this shit is corruption. We live in the matrix. Everything is a lie. That's why can't nobody shut me up, because I know you're lying. Everybody lies. Everybody is lying. And I'll leave it at that.
And it's because they out for themselves. That's pretty much. Well, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna play a commercial, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I know we kept y'all a little bit past the time, but I have completely enjoyed this conversation. I've learned so much. And I look forward to interviewing you some more. Okay.
Yes, so, thank you too. Thank you so much for allowing me.
When we disconnect, I'll reach out to you via Facebook so we can set up the next. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. You have a good night.
You too.
Are you planning a party or a special event? You need chairs and tables, maybe even a tent? Do you need balloons, a council, or a water slide? Well, we got you at Jumpin' Jams Inflatables, concessions and party rentals. There's a 20% off summer sale, a Beat the Heat special. Call 769-208-JAMS. Got the best prices in town. Call now for weekly deals. They call me pressure. I'm with that pressure. You people playing, but come get this pressure. Now y'all be looking at me, but you can't see me. You wanna cop my style? Girl, this ain't TV ad. I got that pressure. I'm with that pressure. I got that pressure. 10 toes down. I'm with that business. Big CEO bound. I'm in the city. They call me pressure. I'm with that pressure. You people playing, but come get this pressure. Now y'all be looking at me, but you can't see me. You wanna cop my style? Girl, this ain't TV ad. I got that pressure. I'm with that pressure. I got that pressure. 10 toes down. I'm with that business. Big CEO bound. I'm in the city.
Make sure you're tuning in on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time with Felicia's Madcap Podcast, where making a difference can apply pressure. Now interviewing artists, business owners, survivors, and highlighting our kids while providing updates on community issues. Follow me, DJ Pressure, on Felicia's Madcap Podcast on all your social media platforms.